Dear entrepreneur, hi. Our discussion today is around debt and wealth. Do I need to borrow money to make money? Do I need to owe people? Is it okay to owe? Considering we live in a time where a whole lot of stories have been told around, do not borrow, do not be in debt and all of that. Is there a space for debt in trying to create wealth? If you still remember the story we used in the last episode about the woman whose husband was owing and he died in debt, remember that there was something unique in the story. The prophet still told her, go and borrow containers, that she should not borrow just a few containers, she should borrow a lot of containers. But she was already owing, or better put, her husband was already owing. And the problem she was trying to solve was the issue of debt. But the man said the way to get out of this debt is to go back and borrow more containers. So, is there a place for debt in wealth? The answer is yes. There is a time for you to borrow, but we do not borrow for consumption. How do we mean when we say, because I'm sure a lot of us have heard of borrowing for consumption, you keep wondering what it means. You are not borrowing to pay salaries. The reason is the salary you pay today, you are going to pay again. Instead, you want to pay to increase productivity such that you are able to increase market share. And I always say this, you do not borrow from the beginning of your business where you do not even have a process or systems in place. The reason for that is any money you bring into a business that does not have a process well outlined, that does not have a system for operation, will over time become lost within the system. The reason is because you have not been able to decipher correctly where you are meant to put the money to get the most gain. So, back to the question. Is there a place for debt in wealth building? The answer is yes. Take your time and look at some of the top countries that are the richest in the world. You will notice that they owe the most money because they understand you need debt to build wealth. But that debt to wealth can only be built on the foundation of the process has been understood. One, you have understood the structure, which means the business can provide results without you, and there is a ready market for whatever you want to do. So, do not be afraid of debt. Instead, be afraid when you do not have a vision bigger than what you owe. So, again, I am not saying this is a license to just go out and borrow anyhow. If your business is not yet turning around profit, you are not qualified for debt yet. You must know how to make profit. Much more than making profit, you must have proper turnover. Money must be coming in. One of the principles in business which say is liquidity is more important than profit, meaning cash flow is more important than profit, meaning there must be money coming in and going out, coming in and going out, coming in and going out, to show that there are people willing to pay for the value that you provide as long as it's not underpriced. So don't be afraid of debt, rather be focused on building systems and processes. Don't be scared.